Oh my God.
Hello, welcome back. This weekend sees the 4th edition of the Red Dragon MODUS Super Series Influencer Showdown here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth, debuting around about this time last year, and it has most certainly gone from strength to strength. To talk about the 4th edition of the event, Jake Kenyon is with us in the studio once again, and Owen Binks has got lost, so he's joined us in the studio once again. Great to see the pair of you. Jake, 4th time we've been here for this event. How has it grown from the first one that we had here?
Yeah, I think it's gone from strength to strength, really. That kind of initial event, there was a lot of kind of ambiguity around it. Would it work? Who would actually come and play in it? You know what I mean? Not just influencers, but players. What players would be interested in doing it? But thankfully, we kicked it off with a bang, and then from event 1 to event 2 to event 3, it's just got bigger and bigger and bigger. There's been more interest, bigger names here, and that's why there's a 4th.
Well, let's talk about this one then specifically, and what's going to be different about this one in comparison to the ones that have been had before here at the Live Lounge.
So the first 3 before this event, I've had a pairs competition and a singles competition. This time round, it's International Pairs Week here at the Live Lounge. We've gone for a pairs theme throughout the influencer event. So the format has been rejigged, and we've got 9 pairs. So that's actually 2 extra players, 1 influencer, 1 darts player. And we think that'll kind of boost the quality up a little bit, because ultimately, you're going to be watching 4 or 5 hours. You want to see some good darts. You like seeing the big names here, your Danny Aarons, but let's be honest, Danny Aarons wasn't very good at darts. And this time round, our lineup, which we'll get to in a minute, it's very, very strong on both the player side, but also the influencer side.
In terms of social media, Owen, I know you're very frequent on it. How has darts grown on those particular platforms, particularly in recent times?
Massively. When this man, Jake, joined the company, he called me out. He was like, why are you not on TikTok? And I was like, I don't really need to be on TikTok. I don't know anything about TikTok. Then I started a TikTok account, and I noticed that darts is bigger than I ever thought it was on social media. And it seems to grow and grow. Obviously, Luke Littler had a big impact on that. But these influencer events are great, and it's a way of sort of showing how big darts has become on social media. It's a great link between the two.
So you're the one to blame that he puts a phone in everybody's face every morning?
I don't want to take too much credit, but yeah.
Right, let's talk about this event then, and talk about some of the players that are involved. Let's talk about the players first, because you look at the list of names that are playing in this particular event. A lot of them have had success on the circuit this year, and a mix of obviously big established names.
Yeah, to be honest, the 2 I'm kind of eyeing up the most, John Henderson is back. He was in the second event. He was paired with Angry Ginge. But then also Jaden Walker's back, who was also paired with Angry Ginge. So we've got 2 people who were kind of big staples of the events they were in. Obviously, everyone knows Jaden Walker and the story, but everyone knows about John Henderson, what a great character he is. And he really embraced the last event. So I'm looking forward to seeing him back on the stage, because, he's a bit of a handy darts player as well.
And in terms of the influencers, in terms of the refereeing side of it, how would you say that they, first of all, in terms of level, in terms of standard, and also, do you have to give them the odd nudge in terms of the numbers here and there?
I'll be honest, I've refereed in quite a lot of different places now, at different tournaments, and it doesn't come tougher in terms of the job I have to do when I referee for them. Like, some of them are quite tidy, but then other players, you mentioned him earlier, I don't like to, have a go at him, but Danny Aarons, great at what he does, but as long as he sticks to that dart, I don't think he's going to be at this one, is he? No, it's probably for the best for our walls and our decoration and stuff and my limbs, because he's a dangerous dart player. But no, honestly, some of the ways they go are very strange, and I'm not really allowed to tell players where to go. So you'll see all sorts of, you'll see people going for like 60 left, and they'll be going for like treble 19, and so it's some crazy stuff up there. I've seen a lot, Henry, you wouldn't believe it.
Anyone who's going to try and attempt to Luke Littler again, my money's on this man.
Whoa! Here comes Jaden Walker.
Oh, hold on. Yay! We have the first one from an influencer.
Has to go for Jaden. Big pressure for the little man, but what a shot to stay alive this would be.
Go! Oh, Jaden Walker taking Britain! It's Angry Jay!
for a 2-0 lead. Who saw this coming?
Gage on the second leg!
Me and you have a problem. A serious problem. I am the 3 times champion of the world.
What a nervy game, a nervy encounter. He is the favourite now to go on and win it, and he's trying to get...
And I have heard a rumour that you think you're going to win this match today. You, my friend, have got a problem. You're getting it!
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy. Couldn't get the job done.
And the match! And the Red Dragon
George
MODUS
Skate.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Skate!
All mouth. It's all mouth. When he says champion, remember that's BDO. All right. You don't want to throw that in. BDO.
There is a chance, but it's not to be. The winners, Angry Ginge and Jaden Walker win it 3-2.
It's Angry Ginge and 12-year-old Jaden Walker!
Well, let's have a look at the pairings then. Danny Van Tripe's going to be playing in this event. He's alongside Dan Coates. Now, we've both been to some tournaments in and around the Hampshire area, and we've both seen, probably both played Dan and been absolutely battered off the board by him. But he's handy. He can play. He's one of the ball hitters, isn't he?
He is. I actually played and beat him, but I don't like to brag. But
you.
He is one of the bull hitters. It's their debut in this competition. They've been getting really big on YouTube, bringing in loads of views, and it's great to have influencers come in who are also darts players. Are in the darting community. We want to strike that balance of influencers who are kind of in the mainstream and influencers who actually got into influencing through darts, for example. And then Danny Van Tripe, as you mentioned, I know he was really eager to be in one of the influencer events, and thankfully he's here this week, so he's also here for the influencer event, and I'm looking forward to seeing him on there.
Sean Nyland and Mervyn King in Group 2. How do you think Mervyn's going to embrace influencer darts?
I've got absolutely no idea. I imagine we'll see if maybe some of the older reallys coming along, because some of the things that Sean Nyland's probably going to do, I have no idea. Will he get on well with it, do you think? He might absolutely love it. He might be in his element, but I'm not so sure.
Well, Sean Nyland's a handy player. He lost in the final of event 2. Andy hit a 180, so that partnership could actually be really strong, because we know Mervyn's a quality player.
Maybe Sean will end up carrying him. I don't know. I really hope he doesn't listen back to this. But no, I have no idea. It's going to be a great event. I'm really excited for it. Number 4.
Group 3, Jack Mate and John Henderson. Is it fair to say Jack Mate's probably the biggest name in terms of the influencer lineup?
Yeah, rather him or Ellis Platten away days. Jack was obviously in the prior event. He absolutely loved it, and we loved having him. He said, if you do another one, please invite me back, because I'd love to do it again. He actually went out with us after, didn't he, Owen? Which kind of shows his personality, He wasn't just here for himself. He was here to kind of make an experience for everybody. And John Henderson, like I said, great personality. So to put him with Jack Mate, who also is a great personality, that could be a brilliant partnership, because we saw Ginge and Hendo strike up quite a bromance, and I think Jack Mate and Henderson will do the same.
Ollie Howard and Peter Rachuri in Group 1. Now, Peter Rachuri, vuvuzelas at the ready?
Oh, let's hope so. He is such a character. In fact, from what I'm told, they both are. And also, Ollie, tidy dart player. I think tell me if I'm right, I reckon he's probably the strongest ball hitter. Am I right in thinking?
Yeah, 100%. He plays county every week.
Oh, well, there you go. Then that is a team. They're dark horses here. They could go all the way. Who's to say? They could be the winners, Emery.
In-depth research there from Owen Binks. Right, in Group 2, the darts referee and Marcel Althaus. Now, the darts referee's been doing a little bit of everything in terms of these events. He's played in a couple, he's commentated on a couple, pretty much a staple at the MODUS.
Yeah, 100%. And when he first played, he just moved to left-handed. And he was decent for that kind of transition then, but I know he's got a lot better recently. And Marcel, I don't know if people know, but Marcel's the most subscribed individual darts YouTuber, and a darts referee is the second most subscribed individual darts YouTuber. But Marcel originally was on the influencer side. Unfortunately, Robert Fortin had to drop out, so we moved him over to the player side because he's playing this week. He's a good player, and you put him with a darts referee, these two could go far.
Stevie White and Jimmy Van Schie. Now, Jimmy's got this synergy about this place. He's an energetic, bubbly character. He's kind of become a big name in his own right through the last 18 months he's been here at the Super Series, and he could light this place up on Sunday.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be electric when they're on stage. He is so loved and adored by the fans. So I think for me, they're the second favourites. I've got my winners in my head, but I think if my winners aren't correct, I'm going to go for them as the second favourites.
He's not going to give away who he thinks is going to win, but he's going to give away who's got the second best chance. Then we go on to the final part of Group 1. Bailey McNamara and Richie Burnett. So Bailey's the third part of the bull hitters. Richie Burnett, God knows what could happen.
Yeah, exactly. I think people will notice that the bull hitters are all in one group together. So you'll see all the bull hitters play against each other. And then Richie Burnett, I don't even know if we really need to explain Richie Burnett. We've seen, when we're filming this, it's the second day of the international pairs. We've only actually seen one day of action. And Richie Burnett stole the show yesterday. He was so funny with 4 people on stage. And we're going to see that on Sunday. And me and Owen was part of a cooking show, and Owen asked him about the influencer event, and Richie didn't know he was playing in it. He didn't know he agreed to it. So I can't wait to see that kind of dynamic on stage where Richie probably won't really know who anyone is, but because he's such a good character, you know he'll embrace it, and who knows what we'll see.
Richard Burnett doesn't know who's playing on a normal week, even when Steve Beaton's here. He ain't got no idea on Sunday. Charlie Murphy and David Williams, a.k.a. Darts of Fun. Dart player this time, played at the Super Series not too long ago, and Charlie Murphy's a bit of a dab hand.
I might have just changed my mind again now for my favourites, because I forgot that them two were
We don't know who
together.
your favourite is. We know who your
And
second favourite is.
That is a dangerous pairing. Like, Darts for Fun is a decent dart player by his own right. And Charlie Murphy, former winner of the event. Maybe it's them two, actually. I think I've changed my mind. They're the winners for me. Wow.
Okay, we now actually know who wants to win. We know who the third favourites are. We know who the winners. Just don't know who your second favourite is. Finally, away days and Jaden Walker. Jaden kind of needs no introduction now, does he?
No, absolutely not. A real global story. But I actually want to talk about away days here, because it is actually 2 people. It's Ellis Platten and Ben Gibbs. So there's actually going to be 3 people part of that pair. And there's kind of a story behind it, because the reason Jaden even got called up in the first place was because Ellis called up Ben, and that made Ginge call up Jaden. So there actually is a bit of a connection there. Last time Ellis was here, wasn't great. And then Ben came on stage and was probably even worse. But we kind of know how good Jaden is. And when you play him with a player of that caliber, you know, there's going to be pressure on those two. You know, Jaden's only 12. So hopefully they can pick it up a little bit more, and we'll see Jaden go very far.
So in summary then, what can people expect from Sunday?
Just darting drama. It might not be a good standard, but it probably will be, because this is definitely the best standard on paper so far. But you're going to just see pure entertainment. The other 3 have been absolutely brilliant. Owen, I'm sure you can attest to it. But when people watch on Sunday, just take it for what it is. Pure darting enjoyment, you know. It's not like anything's being replaced on Sunday. This is extra content, and it's kind of merging worlds. This will be the first time it's ever been live on Pluto TV, for example. It's a sellout event once again. It's for the Jack Dowding Foundation. Remember, it's all for charity. So just take it for what it is. Fun. And
you do fun quite well, don't you?
I'm buzzing, Henry. I'm so excited. As I know you are as well. Let's go. Game on.
And on that note, I think we shall leave it there. Gents, thank you very much. The third edition of the MODUS Super Series Red Dragon Influencer Dart Showdown takes place on Sunday afternoon. The action is live here on Pluto TV across the United Kingdom and associated territories. These are the groups that are going to be in action. I hope you can join us then. Until next time, thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now.